get in, which full crouch, he's in full crouch and he's high crush the entire time, or just go immediately for a down forward as well. It being -4 really hurts it, and being -3 on hit is a bummer, but what can you do? It's random. Okay, his command key charge. It looks cool. That's pretty much all it has going for it. Oh yeah, I forgot. It does actually back up a little. I wouldn't use that as a evasive maneuver, but it looks cool. Obviously, the main reason for this is actually, let me go back to it. I don't remember the command, but after you, yeah, like Adam was saying, it has a parry frame in it. I wouldn't suggest using it as a parry though. The second thing is that he still has his taunt. I don't remember how to do it. It's like up down. I don't remember how to do it. But he starts going and he goes like. I don't remember how to do it. But it's just like 3-3 just frame 4, where if he gets hit, he will go into his teleport back stance, 1 hit of armor, and from there you get access to the unblockable, which is really good against big characters, small characters less so. I would not suggest using it as a reversal. You're asking to die. Okay, so from there, he gets his unblockable, which I'm not going to be able to do. Holy shit. There you go. It's really bad. Yeah. I would never suggest using unblockable. Yeah, he has a lot of... well, the problem with his just frames, except for 3-3-4, is you really can't control them. So his reversal just frames are pretty random. I mean, I guess you could try practicing them, but I don't bank on them. They're usually going to burn you more than they're going to help. So like I said, 1+2 will drop into haste 2 on perfect hit, but never practice it. The unblockable would be better if he can do it like while key charge, but he can't. So you have to do it during the charge animation. Oh, there you go, first try. So if he, like I said in my wish list, if he could do it like, hey, I'm dancing, and then do the unblockable, it would be way, way better. But because he can't, you know, once again, what can you do? Yeah, counter hit 80 damage and blockable. Whoops, I wanted to do Undertaker. Or Gravedigger. What's that? I don't remember what the hell it's called. Oh, okay, down back 2. This is a really important move. 13 frame mid, elbow. Most importantly, an elbow. No. Yeah, the armor frame. Which we discovered, it only activates on the 15th frame today. So shoutouts to Will for discovering that. Okay, yeah, this is a really crucial move for offense. I would definitely suggest not ever doing the low, by which I mean people will always fuzzy guard the low. And because you're only at +6, the mid isn't really a good 50-50 against a fuzzy guard. So try not to use the down 4 out of shadow. Oh, it's 3-3-4. See how his hands come down? You can look at it later. Instead, you always want to hit confirm down back 2. So on down back 2, you get +5 on most hits. At max range, you get +6. I wouldn't bank on +6 though. You're only going to want to use it at priority 0. Once again, +6 is just jabs. I mean, you can probably go for the YOLO 1-4. I'll talk about Shadow 1-4 later. 4-3 is your only uninterruptible mid option out of Shadow. At +6, Shadow back 2 is technically uninterruptible, but you'll trade. What else do I have to talk about it? Oh yeah, against an airborne opponent, you could hit confirm. Now imagine I'm not launching, he's just jumping. You could kind of hit confirm it. You'll have enough hit stun decay such that this will actually land. But I would definitely suggest something safer like Shadow 2, and then 4, 2, 3, which is considerably safer from Shadow back 2, 3 as your joggle. Otherwise, you get like oh, that reminds me, I have something for you. Yeah, Shadow back 2 does have some crush in it. I know, I'll get to it. I won't talk about it yet. Yeah, down back 2 though is really crucial to your game. Like I said, it's especially strong against Asuka players and Jun players because it is an elbow. And then from there, don't forget you have options such as shadow throws. It's really important you practice actually learning when you're at plus frames or not. Nice thing is down back 2, when spaced properly, is basically a safe confirm if they try to, at max range, it gives you the option of the crouch, not crouch cancel, but crouch cancel into wall standing 1. Definitely practice your down back 2s and hit confirming it. Don't be like that online guy who always just does this, or sorry, always does shadow back down 4, generic down 4. Okay, down back 2-1 used to be Raven's kind of best 13 frame, 14 frame Punisher because it's NC. Damage wise, I think it was better in T6. It's particularly only useful when you're on their back. Down back 2 into another down back, or sorry, down back 2-1 into another down back 2-1 on their back is not unescapable, it's unblockable and uninterruptible. If you get them again on side axis, which is very rare in my opinion, you could always go for another down back 2. So usually he'll do that where he'll realign them right to their front. So it's very inconsistent to get 3 reps of it. So even from then, he could have escaped that. But the bots was shitty. It's high, elbow. If you know that they're definitely going to try to reverse, you could always do the second follow-up. I wouldn't suggest it. You can see how it slightly puts them off axis, but only once you're manually to their side or back would I suggest using it. A lot of newer players will think that down back 2-1, up back 1-2 is a 50-50, and it's not. A good player will see it. It's not a 50-50. Don't even bother. Something I was talking actually about Atomo was that on certain splats you can do down back 2-1. Well, the first hit will hit, but the second hit will actually leave you in back turn because the 1 doesn't actually track. Because the 1 doesn't track, you'll be left in back turn at negative frames and basically launch punishable, and your back will be to the wall. It's like a triple whammy of you dying. The nice thing is, if you recognize the situation, you can do down back 2 and you'll both be back turn. You'll be at +3, and from there it comes to like the Yomi game. You can either go for the 1-4, which will be uninterruptible with back turn, but because they'll crouch most likely, you can do things like 4-3 or 3-4 if you want to be super risky if you think they're going to go back turn and duck immediately. But that's for another time. Conversation for another time. Okay, down back 3 is a low crushing mid, and what down back 3 in my opinion really has going for it is, unlike down 3 or down 4, sorry, down back 4 and even full crouch 3+4, is it's only basically -12 on block. Obviously it's a knockdown on counter hit, but like I'm saying, the best part about the move is that it's only -12, so you'll have people who will try to do improper punishes against it. It's nice that it's only -12 and it low crushes. You get stuff like an upward 3. I don't think you get any type of launcher anymore, even on certain axes. Yeah. So against a character without a strong 11 or 12, it's particularly strong because it's basically you're taking chip damage for a 25 low that also knocks down on counter hit. It's a pretty good trade-off. Risk versus reward is definitely a favor. Okay, down back 4 is no longer launch punishable. It's, I mean, if you have a I-14 attack, it is, so like Raven can wall stand 1 it. But it has decent tracking, high crushes, and on counter hit will knock down for an upward 3. The only problem is, I think it's if they're slightly to your left, the upward 3, I can't do it right now, will not be guaranteed and they'll be able to recover in time. The good news is upward 3 is safe-ish. It's just you have to deal with frames. In my opinion, down back 4 is definitely far superior to down 4. It's a little bit slower, but you know, you get the counter hit launch, not launch, but counter hit knock down, and you also get more damage. Also, in my opinion, it's a lot harder to see. For some reason, I can really see down 4, and I think that's because he really has no attack that looks like down 4. But down back 4 is just like he puts his arm up and does swing. Okay, I don't like the nerf to back 1. My friend will agree with me. Back 1 is plus frames on hit, plus frames on guard. And this is my most common 3-3-4 trap. So back 1 to 3-3-4 will give you the safe hit confirm, uninterruptible. And actually I didn't even talk about this earlier, maybe I'm not even up to 3-3-4. But 3-3 by itself, 3 has actually decent tracking. It will consistently hit, shit, I don't know if I'm up to 3-3. I shouldn't talk about this right now. But it has good tracking. So back 1 will give you the 3-3 hit confirm, and if they don't know about the second hit being high, it's pretty good. On counter hit, it knocks down. In the old game, counter hit back 1 would give you free back 2-4, and the combo was like 83 damage, I think. 73 in this game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it broke 80, but now it just gives you the ground hit. Yeah, it was really good. Really, really good. I honestly miss it, but I still can't complain. Oh, another important thing is back 1 is an elbow. So, once again, it's particularly good against Asukas and Juns. So if you think they're going to basically do anything, you just throw out the back 1. Only problem is it has pretty... Well, actually, it had better range than I thought it did. Yeah, it won't hit like at range 2 or even 1. It's basically a range 0, range half move. Oh yeah. No. There are better. There are more options. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It just you get a ground hit. I just like upward 3 because I'll get to it. It's a counter hit launcher and everything. Did I get everything there? Yeah, I did. Okay, now Mr. Adamo. He helped me see the light with this move. So back 2 by itself is a really fucking bad move. Really bad move. You'll usually get it on accident, so if I do back 2 and I fuck up my back, yeah, like that, it's like minus 15 or something. It's something really bad. Hey, let me look it up. Minus 14. It's a high. It's a minus 3 on hit. It's just a fuck up. But now that Adamo showed me the light, so if I'll do back 2, I'll do it a lot because it's a really good move. I'll get to that later. But because I'll sometimes get back 2, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so fucking dead. I hate this move, right? I messed it up so much. But so I'll option select back 2. So I'll do back 2, and to be safe, I'll double tap back 2. And this is why. So back 2 on counter hit is plus 8. And because you're in shadow and Raven has the fastest attack in the game, that's natural hitting. Fucking up right now. It's a combo. And it's 72 damage. And it hurts. So let's demo. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know what else to say about that. Yeah, it's an elbow. It's like really good. It's -3 on block. So once again, it's similar situation to down back 2 because it's practically the same attack. As you can see, the spacing is a little better. Yeah, it's basically identical moves to down back 2, except the spacing I find is definitely a little better. And once again, unlike down back 2, which is only +5 to +6, I believe, back 2-2 on counter hit is +8, and on natural hit it's +8, but they can guard. So nothing's guaranteed on natural hit. So you have to hit confirm because Shadow 1-4 is not healing. I'll get to that later. That's a huge find, and I thank Adamo a lot for that. Okay, so now going on to Unicorn Tail, back 2-2-4 is basically a 50-50. So you have back 2-2-3, sorry, and back 2-2 1+2. So on counter hit, back 2-2-3 should be a launcher. With that being said, it is launch punish bomb block. So I find myself only using back 2-2 raw and never actually completing it with the 3 or the low. In T6, you could actually fuzzy guard back 2-2-3 and back 2-2 1+2. You can no longer do that in tag. No. Back 2-2 on counter hit is really, it is a true +8. On natural hit, it's guardable. You're reading the numbers backwards. Okay, so in the old game, it was a escapable 50-50 because you could fuzzy guard the low and then immediately standing guard the high. But in this game, they change it so you can actually delay the hits, which... Okay, well now I'm looking at that. What the fuck? Huh, okay. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills right now. Yeah. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Huh, I wonder what. Am I thinking of a different move? Okay, well if this is actually the case, you can still fuzzy guard it. So let me test. My Raven test knowledge should test. Oh, was it 4-2? Thank you. Oh wow, that's nice. It actually has it fucking green now. Oh, okay. I see what they did. They changed the timing. My bad. It's not the label now. The timing is the active frame is basically on the same frame now. In the old game, the low would come out much considerably slower or faster than the low or the mid. But now it hits basically on the same frame. Yeah. Okay. It's too bad I don't have T6 up. So you basically could fuzzy the low and then immediately guard for the standing. You can't do that anymore. So I'm not too crazy. It's a considerable buff, but with that being said, that's launch punishable, and that's launch punishable. So I tend not to do back 2 into anything because it's only -3 and you get the counter hit confirm. But if you find that the opponent's getting too complacent with their defense, you could always just throw in the 50-50. And hell, they might not even know that the mid option is launch punishment, right? It's always, it might, you never know. Not everyone's perfect. Yeah. Like I said, the last hit is a natural hit knockdown. And on counter hit is a launcher. And from what we just saw, yes, I agree. And sorry, Shadow back 2, the second hit of back 2, 3 looks like it's NCC. So that's cool. But I would never do that. You're asking to die. Don't get too crazy with Raven. There's better things to get crazy with, and that's not it. Yeah, things that aren't minus 30 on block. Okay. Hades heal. Didn't? Yeah, Hades heal is a really good attack. It's similar to back 1 in the sense that it is back T4. No, I didn't skip it, did I? No, it's not on the... Oh shit, I did. My bad. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. Back to 4 is 15 frame NC. It used to be counter hit back 1 into back to 4 was a combo for like almost 80 damage, if not 80 damage. I don't know what else to say about it. It's +6 or not +6. It's like according to Inna, it's +2. Oh, South shall rise. This guy. Huh. Where am I? Okay, +4. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's safe on block, but it's high. I would say most of the time you're going to see people block this because they're going to be expecting this follow-up, which is the double vision follow-up. So they're good chance they're going to duck it. No particular good frames on hit. By itself, I mean, no counter hit launch or anything special. It's just nice that it's a 15 frame. If you really want +4 and 15 frames that doesn't knock down, I guess you could use back T4. I wouldn't suggest it. I would probably stick with 1+2 or 4-2-3. But it's more of a specialty punish because it is high, and I'm fairly confident it hits high in the hitbox. So I wouldn't use it raw. Well, definitely not raw. I mean, I wouldn't use it as a punisher most of the time. Once again, don't go low. You're asking to die. Just stick away from it. Don't bother. Back 3 Hades heal, similar to back 1. It will be plus frames on guard. And then you get 3-3. Where back 3 really shines is that it hits grounded. So it's I find it particularly good at the wall. Nice hit. Whoa! That was crazy. Did you see that? No, it was... Oh, it was on standing guard? That's why he was able to guard. Okay. Okay, it's grounded. And over by the wall, I find it's really good to do a sidestep and then a back 3. So if you're trying to get, instead of a ground poke him to death in the situation, I always do sidestep back 3. And then because of how they recover during a tag, hard tag in, you're not looking too bad. Because it will still hit them while they're mid-air, and if I remember correctly, yeah, it causes a spike. So in that situation when they're at the wall, it's very strong. If they're off axis with nothing to their back, it's more dangerous. Okay, where are we at? Frame-wise says +5 to +6. They recover in crouching, so you get a little more frames. I guess you could do down forward 4 if you think they're going to crouch jab, which would be pretty funny, but it'd be awesome. I need to try that one day. Ah, okay, here we go. Here comes second meta game of Raven. So back 4-4 is like his standard. Well, actually not his standard. Nowadays it's his primary launch. In the old days you'd get like one back one would be your preferred. Yeah, we're getting to the back 4-4. I hope you're ready, Adamo. You get one back one, and that was kind of like your go-to. Nowadays it's all about back 4-4. I personally find that certain axes where like that one back one would completely whiff. Back 4-4 is way more consistent. Way more consistent. Back 4-4 is a bind, and it leaves you in shadow, so you get dash up, down forward 3 plus, not down forward 3 plus 4. Standard 3 plus 4, which is shadow. 3 plus 4 is tag bufferable launcher. Shit, this is gonna be a while. One cool thing that I actually didn't know about until I was kind of doing some research with my friend. So the second hit of back 4-4 causes knockdown, but otherwise it doesn't cause a knockdown, a non-counter hit. Fuck, it's hard to space. But if they're crouching, bam, look at that. It knocks down on natural hit. If they're crouching. I wouldn't suggest using it as like kind of like a crouching poke, but it's kind of cool it does that. I didn't know that. The major problem with this is the next one. So back 4, which is like a delayed back 4, doesn't actually knock down on crouching, which is really shitty. I don't know why they did that, but once again, counter hit back 4, the second hit of back 4, it hits, will knock them down as well. Oh, my neck's starting to kill me. Okay, where are we at? Okay, so here come the 50-50s. So this, once again, only works against players who kind of have a familiarity with Raven. Against a standard online player or even a player with no Raven experience, you're gonna lose them. So we have the low 50-50. So not only do you delay the 4, but similar to this, it is a delayed low option. Yeah, I got it covered, unfortunately. I don't want to, but I gotta at least talk about the meta game behind it. Okay, unlike the delayed low of forward 3 plus 4 forward 4, this does not knock down on counter hit. So if you're so mind-fucking an opponent that they won't try to interrupt back 4-4, because otherwise, I mean, both of them are safe knockdown on the second hit, you can start throwing in the low option. But this is where it comes more into play. So, stand, that's not right. This should be NCC. Or even NC, I don't actually know. Yeah. So it's NCC. Oops, I fucked that up. Once again, I fucked it up. Huh. Okay. So it's NC. That's not totally useless. The nice thing about it is this though. So it gives you the same counter hit launcher similar to counter hit 4, 3 plus 4, 4. Oops. This is really hard to space. Once again, the opponent's supposed to be blocking these. So actually, let me put him on stand guard. Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot. He's not gonna... discard the first one. So similar, like I said, the 4-3 plus 4-4. The second low in this option is a counter hit launcher. And because it's the Skull Rave, it is basically the same as this 4-3 plus 4, 4-3. Or 4-3 plus 4, 4-2, sorry. So let me do it. Yeah. So not only do you get the counter hit launcher, but if you actually do hit the second button, you'll get the second hit will naturally hit. Unfortunately, nothing is guaranteed after that. So you're like, okay, Tyler, what happens if I read the low coming? You know, what if I try low pairing it? Well, that's where Skull Frenzy comes to play. There we go. Welcome to Raven. So similar to 4-3 plus 4, 4-4, which is specifically there to stop fuzzy guarding, Raven also has the same option out of back 4. So he gets a delayed low instead. And similar to the other one. Fuck, I'm too close now. Oh my god. Look how much time has been eaten up. That's crazy. There we go. It's once again part of the Raven like metagame. This motherfucker. And once again, similar to 4-3, delayed 4-2, it ends with the Skull Frenzy, so it's the same thing. So then we'll get back to this. So it's like, okay, well, if I want to hard commit to the delayed forward 4, you know, I'll just hard commit and block below. Same thing to delayed forward 4 after 4-3 plus 4, he has the same thing. So he has a mid option. Oh my god. There we go. And once again, it is a minus 13 launcher at the close range. And just like all the other raving, Rave's Shadow, sorry, just like down 4-3-3, or down 4-4-4-3, and 4-3 delay 4-3, you can interrupt the midair. Certain characters, once again, can just launch them. It's all part of this really fucked up Raven metagame, and unfortunately, because it delays so long, you can usually get interrupted by like practically any mid. Hop kicks it well. If you see him going into the whole skull raving 50-50s, I definitely suggest go for a low crush. It's your best option. Worst comes to worst, you're gonna get knocked out. Okay, so this is the ultimate answer to the strategy I just said. So Skull Spin is similar to 4-3 plus 4-3 plus 4. It goes into low, but then he cancels it into the mid option. Oops, I held forward. So if they ultimately think that the low, that low's coming, delayed or non-delayed, you'll get hit. Once again, it's the same frames. I wouldn't suggest using it. Minus 25 to 23 on block for a non-wall splatting mid isn't super good. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately I have to cover these because it is part of his move list, and it's part of like the Raven metagame where you know Raven, but exactly, because back four delay or the cancel is so long, back four is so long, you get interrupt most of the time. It's not until they like 100% respect the back 4-4 from basically you spamming it that they'll ever not respect it. So it's not, I would kind of suggest staying away from these. Okay, once again, this is a move that really should be mentioned without the second part of it. This is a really good attack. It's sway back. Back 1+2 is super good. Good for poking. You think they're going to throw out a high poke. Pretty much any kind of poke, reverse poke against you, you just throw out a back 1+2. -10, +1, it's an elbow, not an elbow, it's a shoulder. It's pretty cool. Poke, 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 back 1+2. You can get me fun. Kind of rare. Actually, I'm not going to get it. Yeah, against airborne opponents, if you actually go into the back 1+2 too, it's a bind. I really don't see a real practical way of using it, other than if they're mid-air and you hit them. So they go a hop kick and somehow you're able to interrupt the hop kick, you'll get a free combo. Not the best, but it's better than nothing. Okay, so back 1+2 by itself is really good because it's only -10 and it's pretty evasive. So back 1+2 is one of his 50/50s out of back 1+2. Something I actually didn't know because I personally never used back 1+2. So first of all, it leaves them in crouching. Let me turn on. Actually, let's do this. Whoops. Okay, on counter hit leaves him, well not counter hit, natural hit leaves him crouching. It says +4 with on Inna. So at +4, you get stuff like Shadow Forward 3 again. You'll see that Shadow Forward 4, anything at Shadow at 4 frames or 5 frames, 4, 3, and Shadow Back 2 are probably go-to attacks. But on counter hit, I did not know this, is +7, and it does a special stun. So that makes it a little more useful. On block, you're at +1, but unfortunately they're in crouch. From there, they usually can get a crouch jab, and then you'll also have to try to determine if they're going to go for wall stand 4, go for the interrupt. But if they crouch jab, Shadow Forward 1+2 won't actually do anything. So you can always go for back turn upward 4. So Shadow upward 4. So the 50/50 option out of back 1+2 is 3. I really don't know a use for this attack because they're left at such a way that nothing is guaranteed. Basically just Shadow back 4 or down 4. Because the recovery is so fucking bad. Look at that, I'm hitting buttons and nothing's coming out. It's a far cry from Shadow 443+4, which I'll talk about later, and simply because it recovers so much faster. As expected though, the low is really launch punishable. Neutral hop kick will get you very risky. I'd probably stay away from it unless your opponent is always standing guarding, but risk reward is definitely not in your favor since it doesn't launch. Okay, this is just a manual way to enter a Shadow, aka Labyrinth, aka back turn. So back 3+4, you can do back 3+4 while back 3+4. And just kind of dance. Otherwise, that's a manual way to enter back turn. You can do stuff like manual enter back turn while in attack assault and dash up 4 for 3+4. It's kind of cool, but it's pretty risky because if you're too late, for instance, on your dash up Shadow 3+4 and they recover, you're getting launched. So that's manual Shadow entry. Okay, Blind Whip is the fastest, farther than range 0 attack in the game. It hits on 8. And Shadow 1-4 is a pretty good damage wall So it's particularly good online. I want to mention it because they'll do 4-1, which is it's -2 on block. So because Shadow 1 is 8 frames, that means Shadow 1's effectively coming out at 10 frames, and you'll trade if they try to jab. But that being said, I wouldn't suggest trying that because offline you'll get ducked and they'll just launch you and you're dead. You're dead! So next move will be Shadow 1-4. Like I said, NC wall splat, 8 frames, pretty good. Second hit is high and not jailing. Offline, you can basically see it every time. You can see it because you can't actually cancel 1 into anything other than 1-4. So, like I said earlier, counter hit back 2-2. That's a combo. So look for that hit confirm as well. Okay, Shadow 2-4 or 2-1 is a really, really important move. Actually, it's not so important nowadays. Oh yeah, sorry, Adamo. He's also correct. At the wall because of pushback. That also works. You're correct, Adamo. I'm sorry. It doesn't work in the open because Shadow back 2 pushes them too far back. It whips. Okay, so this is kind of antiquated nowadays. But it was primarily used for juggle filler out of Shadow because it would leave you in forward stance. Shadow 2-1 can also be left in back turn by holding back. I don't know why you would ever use that, but don't forget it is not. It is a possibility because you're left in back turn. Unfortunately, he takes longer to recover, and I see on it says +1 versus +5. Shadow 2-1 is really good because it is a 10 frame turnaround attack, and even if you get hit. I guess I could mention that too. I should mention that too. Shadow 2 will leave you in back turn. So, for instance, because you're left in back turn, it allows you to get combos like that. So, counter hit 4-1 into Shadow 2 into Shadow 4-2 for the line, or 4-2-3, sorry. But it's kind of good panic. Like, oh shit, I'm in back turn, I wasn't expecting it. And you don't want to do Shadow 1. Jeez, fucking will. It's pretty good for that. I think that covers that. Now, here we go. Shadow 2-2 is extremely important in the Raven Shadow metagame. Because Shadow 2-2 not only gives you access to a fast Shadow attack, but it also ends with a mid, and it's safe. And it has actually a little bit of tracking that you wouldn't expect. So if they think the 2-1's coming, if they think the Shadow 1-4 is coming, that's where 2-2 comes in place. 2-2. +2 on hit, it says. Yeah, Shadow 2 is 10 frames, Shadow 1 is 8 frames. Unfortunately, 2-2 is, it says -9 on block, so don't push anything after. But for a +2 mid, quick, safe turnaround, it's actually really good. And it's really good against people who duck. Who don't want a hard commit to trying to react to Shadow 1-4. Okay, I used to have tech for this, and I have it on my site, and I haven't researched it in a while. But basically, it's a specialty kind of tech, let's say. Similar to all his, like, skull raves. Oh yeah, the eyes. it ends with the skull shadow or whatever, which is minus 13 at range 0, at minus 10 at the tip. I find it actually... Shit, I wish I could do a combo for you guys right now. I'm drawing a blank. But there's options where you can go into manual shadow, and with the wall splat, you could get like a, not a rebind. Let me just think of something on top of my head. But something like that. Such a specialized use for the move. Obviously, the reason why you have that is he also has this move, Shadow 3-4-4. And similar to Shadow 4-3+4, it allows him to teleport through on hit or non-hit. What do you think about this? I have to think what the combo is. Yeah, kind of a weird timing. I guess if your back is to the wall, it might be more useful. It was something like that, but it allows you to teleport through the opponent. So like I said, this is identical to the Rave, where it ends with the 13 frame natural hit launcher. And this will allow you to teleport if you really wish. It's kind of nice for the spike, but it leaves you in shadow, so if they're actually standing, you're pretty much fucked. It says -9 to -7. Which one are you talking about, Conrad? Are you talking about 3, I assume? That? Because I can't see that being useful as a tag crash. I can see it being useful as a hard tag trap, because it's a natural hit launcher. But as a tag crash, I'd assume you get hit midair, and you wouldn't get anything. But this, I found tech where you get certain recoveries on Axis. I have it on my site. It's really old tech. Very specialized use once again. What? Come on. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I couldn't think of anything. Shadow 1+2. Similar to 1+2, DCF 1+2, Haze 1+2 has a reversal frame. Very specialized again. You get nothing. Like, look at that. I'm pretty sure that actually does hit, but it's not hitting. There's really nothing to really note about it. It's only useful in combos at the wall that leave you for a low smoke. I fucked up that combo, but... yeah, that's pretty much the only use for it. Unfortunately, it's -13. It doesn't wall splat. It's not that great. And worst of all, like I said, it has that weird just frame reversal in it that is getting killed. Like you saw there, he kept into it, but that's not guaranteed. Let's make sure I'm not crazy. If he quick rolls, he should be able to escape that. Okay, that's not seeming right. Oh, how about side roll? Yeah, you're not gonna get anything. I would, even seeing that the fact that they might tech into down 3, I would still suggest it. Simply because if you fuck up, -13, worst comes to worst, you get the Haze 2 follow-up. It's like, Well, I guess. I mean, yeah, I know you're a proponent about down back 2. So I like Adamo's example better. I'll use that. Huh. No, but that's California. So, for instance, if he was to stay on the ground, because this is a more practical example. Yeah, like that, where they tech him properly, but you don't get the full relaunch with the down back 2 into shadow options. You get the shadow 1+2. But it's those exact examples. You have the shadow ending wall splat. Well, I don't honestly see where you would want to use 3+4 after a wall splat. Oh, it might be something in the code. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll give you that. Okay. Yeah, it's similar to. Similar to well, no, I agree with Keegan. Or not Keegan, Adamo. Sorry. Okay. Well, if you guys have more uses for Shadow 1+2, I just personally find it useful. Yeah, I guess if you really want the splat ender, but at the same time, I personally would probably go for Shadow back 2 relaunch in that situation. That was dumb. Let's see. It should work. That's what I thought. Oh my god. I'll take your word for it. But yeah, it should work. They're right. Because the 3 to 4 will hit on the ground, the 1+2 will be guaranteed in that situation. The Shadow 1+2. So I'll agree with that. Okay, this is Shadow 3+4 is your basic. Well, actually, it's pretty much used in almost every situation. So you either have the option for down 4-2 into Shadow 3+4 for immediate attack buffer. So instance that. Otherwise, another combo ending in Shadow. Even like I said earlier, during Tag Assault. Shadow 3+4 is basically your go-to. With that being said, using it raw, very, very dangerous. I mean, look, it's an 18-frame tag bufferable launcher. Super punishable on block. -20 on block. There you go. He might have certain axes problems too. Okay, that actually worked. but primarily during like Shadow back 2-3, where they'll be pushed such that the second hit, okay, so he kicks twice, but it's only the second hit of Shadow 3+4 that's actually tag bufferable. So you see right there, I'm trying to tag buffer the entire time. So it's only the second hit. So that will kind of burn you sometimes. Let me show you one of these. Another thing that a lot of players like doing is that if you do manual back 4-4 into Shadow 3+4 at the wall, you get, certain characters get tag buffer launchers. Okay, you can't really eat the hit. Let me try lining up. Fucking Bruce has burned me. So yeah, it's like I just showed. Okay. Well, I showed it enough. Fuck it. So you get the re-wall splat, and it's tag bufferable. And then if you have a low-hitting option like Bruce down back 1-4 at the wall, you get red life damage for basically free. I personally don't like this move. It's a Shadow Forward 1. Yeah, it's a well, I don't know if you're talking about what I'm talking about, Keegan, but there are certain axes, like I said, where Shadow 3+4 won't hit on the wall. Once again, it's super dangerous. If let's say Raven is super low on health and the 3+4 doesn't hit, and they are able to tag crash in, you're in a really, 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 really bad situation. I wouldn't suggest using it at the wall, except for any situation where Raven is probably 60% or healthier. Otherwise, it's just not worth it. So Shadow Forward 1 is one of those moves that you would think would be good, but ultimately it's not that good. Because they're left at +5 and back turn, Raven doesn't get anything, guaranteed. It's stronger near the wall. Wrong wall. Where you can actually start doing mix-ups. But at +5, similar to Forward 1+2 into Doppelganger, nothing is guaranteed at all. The nice thing about, it's not even a nice thing, something to note about Shadow Forward 1, the hell is it? I can't even remember it. Huh, I guess maybe he can't do it anymore. Nah, I wish they were mix-ups. But unfortunately nothing is actually guaranteed. Even when you have the wall advantage. The safest thing to do in this situation is just get the fuck out of there as your as the opponent. Here. Give me 1 second. Let me look at T6. I'm looking at the T6 stuff right now. I must be thinking of a different move. Yeah, like Mr. Adamo said, is -13 on block. You're at +5 in their back turn. It's ultimately not good an option. Like even there, you see you have to be basically perfectly on axis to get the grab. it's not that great. It might be good against beginner players, or you might like throw it down 3 if they start mashing, but risk reward is not in your favor at all. I suggest sticking away from it. Okay, what do we got next? Okay, so this was a move that they buffed, and then they nerfed, and then they buffed it again. Oh, no, 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 no. Because they're back turn and they're mashing, it's going to come out as a high. That's what I mean, Forrest. You see what I'm saying? Sorry, just give me a second. Okay, so Shadow 423, like I said, they buffed it, and then they nerfed it, and then they buffed it again. So we're now into the rebuff 1 version. So in the earlier in Tag 2, they made it so that was unsafe. So you couldn't safely go for this poke, which is a really strong poke because on counter hit, it knocks down. Also against airborne opponents. I don't know how should I get it airborne. Well, just imagine this is airborne. You basically get a bind combo. Other nice thing is it's a mid, binds. You can delay it such that if they try to hop kick it, you will also still hit them airborne. It's only minus, usually it's like, what is it, like, let's say usually -7. It used to be -10, like I said, an early tag. No longer anymore. Pretty good buff. It doesn't require the full combo to be NCC on the second hit on counter hit. Alright, second hit on counter hit. Oh shit. That has monster range. Okay, so there you go. It has also monster range. It has more than I remember, but the second hit on counter hit will still also knock down. Otherwise, you know, you use it as your back turn bind most of the time. The problem is the amount of hits is pretty iffy. So anything past 4 hits is Shadow 423 will not bind, so I wouldn't recommend using it. I think that's probably about all I have to mention about it. Otherwise, it says that the poke, the second hit, is... 1 second. Doesn't seem right. Oh, I guess it always knocks down. I didn't know that. That's a buff too then. Damn. That's a huge buff then. Okay, so counter hit Shadow 423, always knock down. That's nice. I don't think it was that way in T6. Another important thing about Shadow 4.2 is during back turn, it allows you quick access to forward, getting back out of back turn. So like old combo like this. So he used to be able to get Shadow 4.2, but that doesn't work anymore. So now you don't want to use this combo because it's tag buffable anyway. But you get generic tag assault. So it allows a quick, safe poke that's mid to get out of Shadow. So for that alone, even Shadow 4.2 by itself is worth mentioning. So if you need a safe poke, Shadow 4.2 also tracks to his right. Yeah, it's, you know, it's Raven and it's a tag game. I mean, I can't complain too much, but it sucks because he lost his ability to actually get that combo, which was decent carry for red light, not red light damage, but non-tag assault damage. So. Oh well. Okay, yeah, this is just like haste 3+4 and back to 4. 3+4, basically this is the identical move. It's only primarily used, let's see if I can remember a combo, because I haven't used this combo in a while. What would be a good combo to get me... Actually, this might work. You would primarily use it for wall carry. Oh, I think that was it. Was that it? But it's primarily only used for carry because with the hit stun decay, this will basically hit after almost every combo that Raven could do solo. So if you need that extra little juice that forward 4 won't give you, you can always go into shadow forward 2-4 or back 2-4 for the extra little wall carry. Very specialized uses, especially in this game, now that you have access to the shadow 3+4 for tag buffer. It's antiquated. They might change it eventually, I don't know. Okay, shadow forward 3 is basically your go-to attack. I personally don't use it a lot. I really should. It's your go-to attack when you think they're gonna push buttons out of shadow. On counter hit, it's an ass stun. Obviously, it's techable. Otherwise, they're not gonna be happy. Yeah, they're not gonna be happy. So, it's a knee. I believe it hits on 13 frames. Yeah, hits on 13, -8, +3, and interestingly enough, he can end in shadow by holding back. So you can do 4-3 to recover in non-back churn. If you do this, according to Ina, it's -11. So probably to suggest not doing it. But like I said, for instance, for 4-1, the only thing that is 100% guaranteed that can't be interrupted, you know, not guaranteed they can block it. Bruce questions? Oh, that's down forward 4 into MTS, which naturally goes in, and you just time it. Yeah. Otherwise, I usually do back 4, 3, 4. Like I said, it's a knee, so if they want to try to reverse your shadow options, it's a mid, so if they try to duck your shadow 1, eat their face. Like I said, ass stun, out of 4-1, or usually anything that ends in shadow is your go-to attack. Tracks to the left, if you think they're going right, you usually want to use shadow forward 2. I've also had shadow forward 3 hit to the right, but the wonky hitbox, I wouldn't depend on it. I think that covers that. You're banning everyone? No. Well, no. A lot of things that leave him in shadow leave him at +4 to +5. But that's right at his dead zone where nothing is super good. So at 16 he gets shadow. Well, I mean, I'm gonna get to it. He gets shadow back 2. What do you want me to answer? Oh. Yeah, at 6 and above he starts getting stuff like shadow back 2-4. I'll get to that. But for now, we're going to talk about this awesome move. So, most players will see shadow and go for, like, oh shit, shadow down 3 is coming. But they won't expect shadow forward 4-3. And for that alone, it's pretty good. Now with that being said, if they hard commit to the shadow down 3 block, they'll still block shadow forward 4-3, because it's high, they're gonna fucking launch you. It's unfortunate that it works out that way, but the good news is shadow forward 4-3 is actually pretty good for a low poke. Just like down forward 2, down forward 3, 2-4 is also a nosebleed stun, unfortunately. So even though you're at +2 to +3, they can hold down to escape the hit. Yeah, it's a bummer that the second hit's high, because if they duck the first hit, chances are they'll duck the second hit. But it has good range. So let's see, what about... Oh, that's a little above range 1. I think it hits about... No, it's the same thing. I think about there it'll hit... Well, range 1 and half it actually reaches. I like mixing up Shadow forward 4-3 with Shadow back 2-4. But I'll get to that in, I think, 2 more moves or so. Once again, like I said, it's a nosebleed. So just be wary that there's a chance that they'll hold down and you're going to lose your frame advantage. Okay, this is a move I don't really use anymore. Verse Chakram is a mid-low crush, and it knocks down on natural hit. No launcher, but it's pretty good because if they stay grounded, it will hit grounded, and you also have the option of holding forward and teleporting through them. On blocked hit, though... What? Oh, yes. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you do the teleport through, be aware that chances are they'll be able to jab you out of it. They'll turn around and like jab you, and then might get an air float depending on who gets it. Yeah, your fucking computer always died. Your computer still took a shit. What else should I note about it? Anything that leaves you back turn, I guess you want to stay in shadow, you could always end with a 4-3-4. I normally wouldn't suggest it, but it's an option that's there. It is safe at -9, but once again, you don't want to be shadow in -9 because you have to depend on the reversal. Kind of dangerous. I see a forest. Which golf land? I mean, I go to a different one every week. If that answers your question. Okay, Shadow down 3. It only launches on clean hit, but it also high crushes, and you get a pretty decent combo. Stay on combo. No dice. But everyone knows it because it's his primary Shadow low. Pretty bad stagger on block, so if they block it, you're not too happy. You get up forward, neutral forward. Well, SVGL, so Sunnyvale Golfland, has a cabinet, but at MGL, Milpitas Golfland, at Milpitas Golfland, they have IFF every other week, and that's console. Everyone plays on console. I definitely suggest not getting predictable with Shadow down 3, because once they start predicting it, you're going to lose chunks of damage. It's not worth it. Yeah, even on counter it doesn't launch, okay. I know, like Dragunov's down back 3 on non-clean, launched on counter hit, but evidently Ravens doesn't. Just be aware that, I think IFF is this Friday, and I'll probably be there. Just be aware that you're at neutral frames on hit, so if you get non-clean, so non-launching, just be prepared to either go for reversal or maybe at high crush, like down forward 3, down back 4. Take your 50-50. Okay, this is NCC, so I wouldn't suggest doing it, but it's there if you want it. You primarily use it as a crossover counter or a combo starter. Or, oh, sorry. Huh. Wonder why it's not working. But the requirements for it actually landing though are not that good. because of the hit stun decay. If they're even slightly off axis and or you fit in more than one more hit there, the third hit's going to whiff, and like I said earlier, similar to the Shadow 3 plus 4, only the first hit count, or the second hit counts as a tag buffer. If the first hit hits and the second hit whiffs, no tag buffer, you're left in back churn, or you're left at negative frames and you're pretty much fucked. So I think, I'm pretty sure this should work. Well, that's right at the cusp of hits, so it's not that good. I mean, I really can't think of a super useful combo that requires Shadow back 2-3. Like I said, I'm pretty sure. Oh yes, duh. I talked about this earlier. 3 to 4. That's your one. That's the primary use for that attack. So, yeah, 3 to 4 hits most consistently with Shadow back 2-3. So that's where you're going to be using it the most. But also, like I said earlier, the initial hit of 22 isn't that good. You can probably get more with a stronger follow-up. I talked about this earlier. Actually, I didn't talk about it too much. It's non-jail, or it's jailing. Oh shit. My voice is starting to go. Elbow, high, good damage. I think it hits on 16. Yeah, it hits on 16. It's good when you know you're on back churn. Like someone said earlier, it has a little bit of crush ability to it. Yeah, I play Simon, aka JACL, aka Jaguar Clash all the time. Shadow back 2 tracks pretty well to its left. So, just like Shadow 4-3, it kind of hits the right. Even though it doesn't say Jaguar Clash, that's his real name, or his character name. I don't know what I want to call him. His handle. Even though it doesn't say it on Inna, Shadow back 2 is really, really meaty. I've had it where I go to hit and he walks, the character is already sidestepping and then gets hit by it. So I don't know if it hits twice or what. I don't know if it's delayed by like 5 frames. I'm not exactly sure. But it's primarily used as a safe poke. Don't use it past here because it won't jail, because they'll duck the high and get launched most likely. But at range 1, range like 0, you can see here, I'm like range 2, it hits at range 2. It's a safe poke. A little bit of crushing to it. Okay damage. The frames aren't good, it says 0. But, Huh. I did not know that. Because I always use Shadow back 2-4 at close range. Or like even at range, you see that? Huh. You get a safe wall splat attempt, but unfortunately because Shadow back 2-4 jails, it's not really a safe wall splat attempt because they'll always be guarding. So that's a little tidbit. One more time. Ah, I could have bound. That's cool. Yes, Shadow back 2-4 jail. It's awesome. Me and Simon, depending on who I play, usually go about 50-50. Yeah, Shadow back 2-4 is like very crucial to his gameplay. I use it a lot. Okay, like I said earlier, you can re-labyrinth to get out of back churn. I wouldn't suggest doing it unless you're really just fucking around with your opponent. I mean, he has better options. Shadow 2-1, Shadow 1, Shadow 4-3, even back 2-4. Oh, okay. So this was one of my first traps I actually learned. It was from a Korean player, some old dude. I don't know his name. I'm sorry, old Korean dude. But he was dominating Crash there for a while on the lower brackets. So Shadow 4-4-3 is a wall splat to Raven's right, and it's safe. So what I really like doing, learn from Mr. Old Dude, is Shadow 4-4-3 and into immediate back 2. They will eat everything except for mids and elbows. Very good trap, very hard to see. Most players will try to punish it simply because Raven is so punishable with all his attacks. Obviously it's a mid, as you can see. Wall splat. Pretty good attack. Other than that, there's not much to note about it. It's a really good shadow poke, preferably used about range 3. Okay, a little bit less than range 3. So about range 2. Okay. Oh, it's even less range than I thought. Maybe because of forward buffering. Okay. Well, if you don't forward buffer, it hits about range 1.5 to 2. But it's a safe attempt, safe wall splat, and it's a trap for back 2. Or back 2, sorry. Very good attack. Just don't use it at like range 0, unless you're mind fucking them really hard. This is kind of your YOLO low. I don't want to use that term, but it's pretty fucking what it is. With forwards, yeah, it hits about range 3 to 4. Launches on normal hit. At max range. Oops. Yeah, don't use that max range because the longer they see it. If you remember my video, YOLO, nice. Remember my crouch cancel video? Yeah, you can get a crouch jab. Otherwise, most of the time you'll get that cross thunder. Yeah, very consistent. Fucking Raven. Yeah, it's really good to keep them on their toes, especially when you're at like right about here, range 2, when 4-4-3 is an option out of a shadow. It's an okay 50-50. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. I can't complain. Just try not using it at max range, because then you'll have more time to react. Okay, similar to 4-3+4 and teleport, this is his command teleport. Triple tap. Not super good, but if it's unexpected and you're at plus frames, it might be good. At the corner, if they do maybe a hop kick, and then 4-1, just teleport through them. That might not be a bad option. I honestly never use this. I haven't used it since probably T6. Simply because while you're teleporting, you can still be jabbed, and they'll auto-line to you, and you might get a little bit of wobble. Not too worth it. But it's nice. It's better than having nothing there. Oh shit. This fucking move. Up back 1-2 isn't that good. Up back 1, not 1-2, we're not up here yet. Up back 1 is just a chop. Not really notable. I see it says 16 frames. You're pretty much never going to use up back 1. I know in T6 they would kind of end combos with that without the doppelganger, but it's not that good. So up back 1 by itself does not go into doppelganger, but up back 1 into forward does. And just like the other doppelgangers, you can hold the direction. 1 second. Oh, come on. There we go. So forward will give you the teleport, and if you hold forward, it'll stay on that side. And if you hold back, it will stay on that proper side. It looks like the window, unlike forward 1+2, is really small for choosing the teleport side, so that might be a little dangerous too. Similar to Haze 1 Doppelganger, according to Init, it says -21, so you're pretty bad frames. So I usually don't suggest Doppelganger. Next move is up back 1-2. It's a bind. It's more of an old school bind. It's a 2-hit. You see it does more damage than back 1. So, for instance, let me go to the wall. The old combo would be like, whoops. It'd be get him to the wall, up back 1-2, back 2-2-3. But it's been kind of antiquated because second. 30 minutes of Bruce tutorials. It's not working out right now, but it was your old bind option simply because it was more damage than back 1. 4 more points of damage. Or 3 more points of damage, that's fine. Usually nowadays you'll probably want to go into back 4-4 as your bind of choice because it'll give you options to go into Shadow 3+4 for red life damage, or back 4-4 and go back 2 and then Shadow 1+2 for the low splat. I'll talk about this again because I'll have to kind of pound into some people's heads. So down back 1-2 is mid-high. Up back 1-2 is mid-mid. But players will tend to think that this is a true 50-50. And it's not. Even if you do the 10 string, you can interrupt the 10 string with jabs. So just, unless you're using up back 1-2 as a wall bind, just probably stay away from it. It's not really super worth using. Up 3-3. So up 3 by itself is a homing attack, leaves you in shadow. But up 3-3 is NCC, and it does a grip, 66. Unfortunately, it's just like down 4-2-4. It's basically launch, punish, one block. If you space the up 3 and get them to hit the second 3, which right now looks like it's pretty fucking hard. It's only -14, but I wouldn't recommend it. Simply because up 3 is a homing attack, so it's always going to hit. Obviously, it's high. Yeah. The real nice thing about up 3 is that you are in shadow, but most importantly, you're at +6 or +7. Realistically, +6 because it only hits on 7 when they're to your left because he swings from the right to the left. It's really good. +6 to +7, if you note, is that kill zone for Raven, where you want to be in shadow because you get access to more options like shadow back 2. Yeah, that's, once you're in this territory, you're not happy when you're going against Raven. So like I said, up 3-3 is NCC, a lot of damage. Launch punishable, which leads to up 3-4. Unfortunately, up 3-4 is not NCC, but up 3-4 is, okay, well, he has to block it, is +12 on block. Obviously it's high, so you can duck the high. It's +12, but they could block. Yeah, I'll get to up 3, down 3. That's like literally the next thing I'm going to talk about. So if they're not ducking, because it's like someone said, it's so uncommon a move, you'll see. Even though it's one of his homing attacks, you're at +12. Yeah, it's pretty good. So next move, up 3, down 3. I'm sure you guys love this move online. Oops, I don't want to hold down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to set this up. Let me see. standing guard and not guard all. Yeah, it's a launcher, so it's similar to that situation. Unfortunately, it's launch punishable on block. I'll have to talk about the metagame because I've talked about everything so far. So it's like, okay, well then I'll launch it out of full crouch, and then that's where 3 comes in. That's just like the Raver skull once again, but first things first. So high into low, I wouldn't suggest doing it. The cool thing about it though is this, the next move. Oh shit, they don't even show it. Okay, so up 3, and if you hold down 3, it enters his manual 1+2 stance. Not stance, but manual 1+2 key charge. So let me set this up. So you're like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of cool, but you're, you know, you're at key charge and get your fucking ass dealt, right? So let's do this. Okay, so to naked eye, it's not too good, but then you bring in Raven, it's like, oh shit, he's key charged. So then you get an immediate 50-50. So on this 50-50, you get down by 4 or 334 for reset of situation. So that's the only time I ever use that. I'll run it back one more time. So not only, okay, so 114. Oops, brain fart. So let me show you his other option, which I'll get to in a second. So that is non-key charge, 122. So I gave up, what did I say, was it 13? 113 damage? I don't remember what I said. But you're basically sacrificing 10 damage to have Raven come in key charged. Yeah, it's particularly useful when you're off axis. So because, here, let me show you. Because of how you come in when you're like in these situations. That's not it. Okay, right there. You see how even though I tagged in right here as Bruce, he came in here? It's because of how the system works. Even though my back's to the wall, normally he would teleport in the same spot, but because I have room to retreat, he'll back up. Okay, yeah, so 10 damage. Obviously that's not my strongest wall combo, but it's nice that I have the option to come in, sacrifice 10 damage, which is not even 10% damage, for a key charge 50-50. It's pretty good. Okay, so once again, here's the Raver Shadow, so the same as this. Once again, it should be -13 to -10. Let me just clarify that. Yes, it is -30. Oh, I'm gonna get to it. Don't worry. Once again, it's -13 to 10. It's primarily just used for people who want to try to punish the low, but you can't. I think Bruce could probably hop kick both options, so I wouldn't use it against a character with a strong hop kick. But here you go. Okay, what you use it for though is tag assault. So let's see if I get this first try. Oh, well that was demo of it. No. Let me down, Bruce. Now I'm starting to get off axis. Oh, that time I started using my key charge. Yeah, it works. I don't like it because it's not super consistent. Oh, okay, well there I had it. And I just fucked up my tree. There you go, 129. So that's primarily where you use it. So I know Keegan with Raven Dragunov, instead of doing forward 3 for the kind of pickup, he'll use down forward 3 for his spike into I think 3, 1, 2. Yeah, that's primarily the reason you're going to use it during attack. But I can even get this. Yeah, well, that works too. Back 1-2. Oh yeah, you're right. Because you need the 1 and 3-1-2 will be too high because he'll be in low slump. You're correct. But that's primarily used for that option. It's for Mondo damage. Otherwise, I'll usually go for the key charge 50-50 or just up 3-4 mid combo. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, up 4-3. This is a move they kind of buffed and nerfed simultaneously. It is now a safe launcher. You can, let me get away from him. You can either end with back 4-4 into Shadow, or you can do 4-1. It really depends on how far the wall is. Yeah, that won't work. I haven't done this common in a while. Bear with me. I think it's, oh yeah, I remember now. 4-1, Shadow 1, 4-1, back 2. That I think does work. But I usually just do up 4-3, the back 4-4 Shadow. For tag or red. Tag life. Gotta love boost. Low crushes. It's pretty much everything you'd want to attack. Actually, this is better frames than I thought. It says -4 to -3, so at the tip, because he kind of extends his toe a little. Let's see if I can range it. It'll be -3, and then at range it'll be -4. On hit, it says... I don't know about doing a Bruce tutorial, because I think there's plenty of people who know how to play Bruce. It's not really necessary. But on hit, it's +0, but best of all, they're left in crouching. So something like 1-2 against a generic standing 4 would be unnatural. Or counter hit. Okay, here's a move that gets way used wrong. So up forward 4 tracks, so bear with me, it tracks both ways on sidestep. If they sidewalk it, it does not track. But you primarily use it as a low crushing hit confirm attack. So upward 4, 4. If you don't hit confirm it and they block it, it's for the most part -15. So always hit confirm it. It's a decent step track option. Won't catch sidewalk. But here comes the metagame that I've been so famously talking about the last hour or so. So if you up forward 4, it's safe. And everyone should know up forward 4-4 on block is launch punishable. But up forward 4 with 4 is only -14. So if you have a character who, I don't know, let's say pretty much every character, let's say every character with a non-generic down forward 2 will try to punish up forward 4-4 at max range. And then their down forward 2 is -12, you should immediately have 4-1 on lock. So they'll try to launch it, 4-1 punish, and you get immediate 50-50 at +6. That comes into the metagame. Otherwise, you'll be using up forward 4 primarily as a wall step. Safe knockdown if you hit confirm it, or an anti-stepping option. Yes, you're right. It does wall splat to the right. Thanks for reminding me. So, oh, up forward 4 by itself also causes that. I did not know that. Or cause a wall break. I don't think it will cause a wall stun though. Yeah, I don't think I can get anything off that. Yeah, he's gonna recover too fast. But upward 4-4 is a little flat. That covers it. For upward 4-4. Oh shit, I hate this move. Okay, this used to be the old 4-4 neutral 4, but they changed it. I don't know why they changed it. So now it's 4-4 neutral 3+4, and They really fucked it up. Where's Adamo when I need you? Adamo. 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 So, that used to be a consistent combo. It would leave them towards you, so you would get the standard follow-up like that. But now, oh, 4-4 neutral 3+4 Adamo. But now, they're left in this fucking back turn, back floating. Yeah, I don't know why they nerfed it. Yeah, it honestly didn't deserve to be nerfed. Now, it is safe. It is a knee. It does not wall splat. On counter hit, I think wall splat. No? Okay. Oh, a different stun, my bad. Okay, that makes sense. But it's safe. It's just kind of, if you think they're going to push buttons, but there's so many better options, to be honest. The nice thing about 4-4 neutral 3+4 is that if you have the 4-4 locked, I mean, you get it out at 15. But consistently, you're not going to be able to do that. So for 15, it's not bad. But I mean, overall, there's still better options at 15. You get a small combo like that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. You can use that as a wall carry. Let me try that. Ah yes, good call. That's pretty much the only use for it. It could be better. It was definitely better in T6. It's nice to have a safe launcher, but you know, what can you do? It's Raven. Now this is a really good move. 4-4-2 is super good. Natural hit, wall splat, and wall break. It has pretty good range because you can forward buffer it as well. Look at that. I'm hitting, when my initial start, I'm hitting at like range 3, range 4 maybe. Oh, don't worry about it. Chakram. 4-4-2 is really good. It is minus 10, but in the open field there's so much pushback. I don't think even Bob might be able to finish it in the check. At the wall, a lot of people can punish it though. Yeah, that should be out of Bob range. But you primarily use it for a safe knockdown. You know, safe-ish knockdown, I should say. At the wall, if you really want that splat, 4-4-4 might be a better option because it has a little bit of tracking because of the normal 4-4 motion of it. But damage-wise, you really can't beat it. Oh shit, you're right, my bad. Minus 13, you're right. I'm thinking of 4-4-4. You're right. Now everyone's favorite, Sudden Strike. 4-4-3. That's a really good attack. At its fastest, it can hit on 16. You can use it to consistently punish attacks like Blazing Kick, Bear 4-4-2. I wouldn't use it against Heihachi 4-4-2 because you need a perfect 16, and unfortunately the range of the perfect 16 is much less. Knocks him on the ass, get the combo. I know some people also like sidestep option, 4-4-3 and sidestep. I personally don't use that combo. Like I said, I prefer earlier Shadow or back 4-4 into Shadow 3+4, simply because it's so much more consistent off axis than the other combos, like 4-4-3. Yeah, if you're even a little off axis, one back one isn't gonna hit. It's not cool. It's a knee. It's minus 14, so don't use it against, or don't use it a lot against consistently easy punish 14s like Jinpachi. Brian is pretty easy to do it against. risk reward isn't that bad against someone like Lars, who if they fuck up their 14 is going to get launched back. Pretty good tag attack. Also airborne, you can hit airborne, hit confirm it. So if they're airborne, you hit them, you still get a good combo to the outside, yeah. I like using this move. Even against good players, it's really good. I wouldn't say use it at literally every move, but the option for hitting so far. Also, on certain tech, on certain tech, you can actually hit him back to range because the attack is actually kind of meaty. It hits for 2 frames, so if you time it right, you can get on the crossover. Also, an old trap I used to use would be ending a combo with 4-4-3, and then use an immediate 4-4-3 to crossover, and then back to shadow back to 4-3. Very risky. No, it's a mid. 4-4-3 is a real mid. Yeah, according to Inna, if you save the active frames, you try to do that max range, it should only be -13. But I don't think I've ever had that situation happen to me. Yeah, it doesn't hit as low as his other mids, like down forward 1, which I showed you earlier. Like that, it fucking hits right on the right on the ground. But it hits decently low, lower than it would look. With that being said, Fang like down back 4, sidestep 4, maybe Nina WTF, they're too low for him to hit with 4-4-3. So just keep that in mind. It's good filler. Simply because it actually does decent damage, even during combos. Especially after like the counter hit down 4-3 combo, where you have like a billion 4-4-3s in one combo, the damage stacks up really fast. I think that covers it. 4-4-4 is a really, really crucial attack. I showed it earlier, but you get stuff like dash up, buffer 4-2, down back 2. Well, I think Keegan said instant wall stand 4. Well, that kind of sucks. You're forced to go into back turn though with back 4-4. But natural hit wall splat, -10 at the max range. It's -9, but I wouldn't risk using it at max range simply because he takes kind of long to recover. But you get wall splat, and it has a little bit of natural tracking, so it's especially strong at the wall. Even more so if you go against a character without a wall splat or knockdown 10 frame. Because if they get their plus frames, you can always go into back 2 after their plus frames and try to eat another option. I wouldn't say 4-4-3 is a bad mid though, just because it doesn't hit. It's a better Punisher than it is a throw out mid. Like I said, 4-4-4 sets up full back. Certain combos. Let me think. What would be a combo? I really can't think of a combo that would use it anymore, other than that. But it hits low for pickup, even during combos. I can't really think of anything else for it. Oh, okay, back 2. I love this move. It's a naturally option selecting reversal. Second hit is high, but it jails. And because of the pushback, it's very hard to 10 frame it. It might only be in range of Ogre and Paul, not Paul, but Bob. Here, Will, I need your help. Okay, just jab me, Will. Yeah. So what it happens is during the reversal, he goes into haste 4. Same properties as haste 4. It no longer gives you that guard stun where they're forced to block. Okay, here, jab me once. Like, so I'll do this and try to jab me, and then as soon as you reverse it, jab me again. Try to jab me, like 1-1. So wait, let me do it. Yeah, try to jab me out there. No. Just do 1 and then 1. Yeah. Haste 4 used to have that guard stun. That's good. But certain characters who have like continuous strings of attacks, even though you get the haste 4, they'll jab you out of haste 4. So otherwise it knocks down. It basically gives you a 50-50. You don't get anything like combo-wise guaranteed after it, but you do get options for a 50-50. The bot's not going to recover anything. It's not going to work. But it's not guaranteed. I know someone has said it's guaranteed. I couldn't find anything. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure haste 4 also had that guard stun, but maybe it didn't. It's been a while since I played, obviously, T6. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bored is Will? How bored are you, Will? I think he just surfing the internet, so. Like other reversals, though, it's important to note that knees, elbows, headbutts, shoulders will eat this. So even though it reverses basically every other high and mid into haste 4, if they like are Bruce and do a down 4-2, you're gonna eat it. It jails -10 on block, but the pushback is such that no one will be able to punish it. Okay. Yeah, because I was experimenting with it and I couldn't find anything. Let me see. I don't want to put them over there. So down. Fucking. Come on, why are you reloading? Are you sure? Yeah, I don't know. Are you sure about that? I mean, is it literally have to be right here to get the combo? I don't know about not fast enough. Maybe it's on tech only? Some type of recovery tech? Faster tech? But yeah, if you see an opponent using backpack 2 a lot, just use a lot of elbows. And yeah, like I said, Adam, I'm pretty sure I tested the hell out of it doing my research. Yeah, if you, well, no, a lot of characters have them. So just try to eat it. Worst comes to worst, and you see the haste 4 coming, you can always just sidestep it. So you jab them immediately and just sidestep, and the haste 4 will whip right in your face. It's pretty cool, if you're not ready. Okay, I should talk about the flip away without talking about the blockable. The flip away is really good for just gaining distance. You could be hit while in the flip and you'll get floated, but luckily you're floated kind of far away and it's really hard to combo it. So that's the unblockable though. It hits grounded, it hits multiple times. You see it only hit once. Very specific where I just used that. The awesome part about it is, actually let's churn Will. Just, you know what to do. Yeah, you can go under it. And then not only do you get a free back throw, you can also get a free back turn combo. The only real use against this Yeah, the only real use against this is against big characters. Big characters cannot do this. Yeah, you just have time to throw better. Yeah, it's really easy to get under it. Yeah, that was the right time. It sucks. Against a big character like Jinpachi, Ogre, Marduk, it's really good. Because you can't really sidestep it effectively as this character, nor can you get under him to have the crossover. So very specialized. And like I said, it hits multiple times. So if you improperly space it, oh, it hits grounded too. If you improperly space it, you're not getting like any damage for how much risk you're taking. Huh? Okay, Shadow Sprint is just his crouch dash. He also has a real crouch dash though, which I'll show in a minute. That's Haze 1, it's reworked. You drop into Haze, you know all the properties already. Basically that. Haze 1, you know, QCF 1 into Doppelganger. I don't suggest ever using it. Like Keegan, not Keegan. Oh yeah, Keegan did say it's 27, just like Enna says. Very risky. Okay, QCF 1 into Haze. Pretty self-explanatory. I already talked about this with Haze 1 into Haze. We looked at it earlier. Ah, Buzzsaw. Ah, yes. Buzzsaw. They unfortunately nerfed Buzzsaw. So it now only does 10 damage, despite the fact that the game, you do more damage in the game, period. It used to do 12 at 120% damage, now it does 10%. It does 10 damage at 135% damage. Let that fucking sink in. It's still launch punishable. I believe it's 17 on block. Yeah, it's 17 on block. Does 10 damage. It's a piece of shit. You basically just get small combos. If you don't get a small combo, you get some shit like this. Look at that. It's... I don't know why they did this. So it makes you recover in basically face up, feet away, instead of face down, toward. I can't remember how it used to do. But basically the damage potential is gone. So 444 doesn't really work anymore on it either. And because you have to front load the combo with down back 2-1, let's see how much damage. I'm doing 11 damage with that front load. It is beyond terrible. It's nice that he has a low, but the risk reward is really, really bad for how little damage you get. Like I showed earlier at the wall, you get forward 4. That's your go-to attack for splatting for a wall break, but it won't splat otherwise. What meta? Oh no, that's the next move. So Will's talking about, yeah, you get certain things. They really fucking drop the ball. I can't remember. It needs to get like immediate up back 1-2. Yeah, up back 1-2. There you go. That's his other option. It just is 4 damage. If you have a really good back churn combo, for instance, Dragunov can get full forward 4-3 after back churn. But unfortunately, Bruce doesn't really have a good thing. I don't know about that, Keegan. I know the sample combo is Shadow 3 plus 4, 4-4-2, but it's like 50-something damage. It's pretty poor. The meta game is this. He has a 50-50 mid, yay! That's so cool. Yeah. Yeah, a lot more damage than the low does. Luckily it's only -12, so it's not totally useless. But I should also notice that Buzzsaw can be cancelled into Shadow by holding back. So it's only particularly useful against people who are gonna seize up if they see the low, so a decent player. But against like a masher, you're gonna get destroyed in the back turn. Or are you talking about this? For catching back roll? So I wouldn't suggest going to low unless you're about like range 2. No, maybe range. Shit. There's so many mind games that go against you while playing Raven. like for instance, double low immediately after. Low crush, if you really want, or high crush, I should say. It's not a good 50-50 because, like I was saying,